Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Airoh Aviator 2.1 off-road helmet available at RevZilla.com. So Airoh's something new. First time we're seeing dual homologation. First time Airoh's coming here to the States. DOT ECE rated. This is a top of the food chain helmet, north of $500, sourced directly from Italy. These are absolutely beautiful, and before I get into anything else about the Airoh line of helmets, I'm going to call out one thing, besides the fact that their boosts at EICMA are always the biggest ever. This is one of the lightest helmets that I've ever seen on-road or off-road. 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Dramatically lightweight. You know, jokingly, one of our guys said the helmet's like putting your head inside of a head. If you notice the profile, extremely streamlined, very low profile, but again, built for top-end professional riding. It has a lot of the features you're going to expect: emergency cheek pad removal system, very aggressive shape, dramatic venting, and again, I'm going to walk through all of that. Let's talk quickly about the size and fit profile before I get into some of the other nuances. We find it to be intermediate oval head shape, slightly longer front to back, but I'm not going to call it a long oval. So it should fit most riders comfortably, no worries here. And again, it's an open-faced helmet, or it's going to be a dirt helmet that's built to take goggles, so you can see the profile. And again, a lot of the off-road manufacturers have their own profile. You see the Fox helmets that are really angular, the Bell helmets that are going to be slightly different. Airoh certainly has its own stance on those. Remember, we ship for free, and if you have any questions, you should give us a shout. Now, when it comes to the outer shell, how they get this helmet so light and how they pass DOT ECE, it's really a mixture of multi-directional carbon fiber as well as fiberglass. Now, you see these composites used in a lot of the top-end dirt helmets, a lot of top-end helmets, regardless of what manufacturer. Really, it's a proprietary blend from Airoh that allows it to hit this spec, and you're going to see even the profile across the top. It's just new, and it's very, very aggressive. And again, they're using those top-end components. That's why you're making such of an investment. You know, our joke internally is you wouldn't buy a cheap parachute, especially if you're going to do this type of riding that warrants a helmet at this stature. You wouldn't buy a cheap helmet either. And again, you're making that investment in an heirloom-style product. Now, moving to some of the other creature comforts, and I'd love to hear your reaction to the weight factor and really the aggressive line on this, or any questions. Subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, our YouTube channel, and leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback. As we dive into the rest of the helmet, again, this is the Rockstar Energy version. There's a handful of graphics. There's also going to be a few solids, a black and a white available as well. Starting with the chin vent, and let's just talk about ventilation scheme here as it ties in with everything. Your ventilation scheme at the front, it's going to use a material behind it that's going to be kind of that roost and dust guard across your mouth. It's actually called bullpren, and what it is, it's a higher level, technically advanced material that actually has that antimicrobial. It has that factor of filtering the air that's getting to you, not just trying to block some of the larger elements of the debris. Moving into the side, you're going to see ventilation across the chin bar, ventilation across the eye port, moving up towards the top to the peak, venting on the inside of the helmet, ventilation across the top as well, moving into our top chimney vents that go all the way across the back. And you can see how that ties all together across this kind of ridge on top. Vent is in the front, and they're going to have this foil backing. And the cool part about this helmet, it comes with a couple add-on features. And you can see that these are a small Allen key to remove them. What Airoh does is they include, let's see if I get it right here first try, there we go, these smoked out vent covers. So if you're riding and it's wet out in the rain, you have the ability to quickly interchange and put these vent covers on. They also include an extendable smoked peak for the front if you want to remove the plastic piece, which is a nice touch. And you might think about that screw size. They're going to give you the tool to do it very quickly as well. Moving into the back, you're going to see the ridged edge with a Venturi-style vent, which is a passive vent right there. And then as you move towards the bottom, you're going to see, again, a very ergonomic shape that's going to interface with you as well as potentially with your neck brace, and the ventilation scheme carries through the bottom as well as you rotate it around. So a very complete, well-thought-out helmet. And you should realize as well that, I mean, folks like Andrea Dovizioso in MotoGP are wearing the street helmet, the street version of this technology, which I believe is called the GP500. So Airoh certainly isn't a newcomer. Everything about this helmet is handmade, handcrafted in Italy, and that's the beauty of it. They're not outsourcing certain pieces. It's completely assembled, designed, and manufactured in Italy, so you're getting that Italian workmanship. Now, if I turn it on its side, you're going to see the bottom here. It's what you'd expect. Double D-ring, aluminum buckle system, emergency removal cheek pads here on the side, so the EMTs, if you're out cold, if you case that triple, you're going to be able to quickly pull those bad boys out. And as I pull them out here, you're going to see wicking material, premium materials to go against your face. Again, it's not the area that you want to skimp on. That comfort side of things comes into handy especially in longer distance rallies. Pull that out of there, and then as I start to remove, and again, we talked about the venting underneath, it's got a very unique aggressive shape to it. I'm gonna start to work my way towards the front. Notice how the plastic elements interface along the brow. They don't interface with the head, so there's no snaps on the 3D comfort liner here. So what that's going to do is, a lot of the premium helmets do it, it's not gonna give you any pressure points. So as I remove that, you see that sturdily that comes out. Here's my comfort liner, 3D in its shape, extremely lightweight. Again, these areas where you're going to sweat more are built for better ventilation and wicking. The job of this is to pull that sweat away from your head to get ventilation through it and allow you to stay more comfortable, more cool, especially if you're riding in more warm weather riding times of the year. Now, if I break it out, you're going to see all of the ventilation. And you look, starting at the brow, working your way all the way back down towards the base of the skull, you're going to see massive 10mm vent holes and cutouts that are going to circulate air through the Airoh Aviator 2.1 through your entire session. The other part too is notice that it is going to be poly bolts across the top, and these are adjustable and tightenable, but they're also shearable. And remember, if you're going to have a get off, if your peak was to dig into the ground, what you want are the pieces that are going to make this helmet catch, really to be sheared off, and that's really a safety feature to keep you safer in the long term. So again, with the Aviator 2.1, you're looking at a pro-level off-road race helmet, but the story here is the weight. We threw this medium on the scale, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. And again, this is a medium, and the nice part is they're using 3 shell sizes as you go through the size curve there, so you're not getting any more helmet than you need to keep yourself safe, comfortable, and keep it seated where it's supposed to be for aggressive riding conditions. The next step in your journey is to not take my word for it. Click right here and learn more on the product pages at RevZilla.com. Learn about the Airoh Aviator 2.1, see what other riders who have bought it are saying, and fill in the rest of your informational gap as you do your research as to whether the Aviator 2.1 is the right off-road helmet for you. Remember, we are going to ship for free, and if you want to talk to a gear geek, we're very happy to talk to you about the Airoh Aviator 2.1. It's a lot of fun. It's always nice to see manufacturers raise their game, and you know how geeky I get about new product. Give us a shout. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.